So let's go ahead and turn this over. I think what we'll do is just point this right over here at Cliff. He's going to give us a little whiteboard presentation on just a quick overview. And I think that lighting will work out all right.
I think they can see if they can see all the whiteboard. Okay, yeah, I think so. So obviously we've got a really cool PowerPoint. We've got a great video. But I think sometimes it helps to be able to know how to give the presentation when you're just talking to someone, because we've all got kind of like our formal presentation and then you've got your informal presentation. And what I've learned in network marketing is people like short stories. So this is the shortest way to explain it without the video and without the PowerPoint. So the most important thing is that what we're marketing is a lifestyle membership. So when people ask you, what is our product? Don't say private banking. Don't say a crypto credit card, because it's none of those things, okay? So the number one most important thing is what we're marketing is ONYX Lifestyle Membership. And ONYX Lifestyle Membership has 3 really cool things.
Let me take this full screen real quick and just ask. Yeah. All right, how do we take the camera full screen here? Let's see.
How many millionaires does it take to get a laptop? How many founders?
Gallery view.
Try the opposite corner.
Should I just drag it? Should just be able to drag it, right? Oh, here we go, maybe.
Jeremy, we're seeing full screen out here. You're trying to see full
so
screen.
it may just be your own personal settings. The gentleman that just asked the question, if you want to toggle your settings up in the top corner, you should be able to see full screen.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So most of you guys are seeing full screen or no?
Yes, I mean, this is Stephen Hall. I'm seeing.
Yeah, we're full screen.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it's full screen.
Yeah, Steven's got like 3D. He's got the best view ever.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything except that guy drinking coffee.
Okay, cool. So before I get too into the presentation, I'll give you kind of like the backstory, because I think just as important as what we do is kind of how it all came about. And so whenever you're in the network marketing space and you're talking to people in crypto, they find it hard to believe that you could be smarter than them and that you could have anything better than what they have. So I think it's kind of important to let people know exactly where this all came from. And so my business partner, Travis Bott, ran the #5 mining operation for Bitcoin in the world. And so they've got the #5 largest mining pool for Bitcoin. And they made a lot of money. They made thousands and thousands of Bitcoin. So they needed a way for themselves to be able to liquidate Bitcoin faster, because if you do it through Coinbase, let's say, for example, you made $1 million from mining Bitcoin, and you had $1 million in Bitcoin and you wanted to liquidate it, essentially you wanted to turn it into cash so you could buy private jets and islands, and they did all those things. They bought 2 private jets, a $10 million island in Belize, some pretty cool stuff. But if you want to liquidate Bitcoin through Coinbase, let's say $1 million, it's going to take about a month and they're going to charge you about 4%. So they needed a way to be able to liquidate Bitcoin faster and cheaper. And so they met a guy named Chris that owns a bank called Navajo in the UK. And he specializes in creative banking solutions for high net worth individuals. And so he was able to help them liquidate their Bitcoin into cash faster and cheaper than anybody else in the world. So our opportunity is pretty sexy and pretty interesting to anybody in the network marketing space, because of the amounts of volume that we're going to do, but specifically geared toward people in the cryptocurrency space, because this product solves so many problems. So I don't know how many of you are familiar right now with
to understand you much better.
Huh? Oh, do you want me to mute somebody?
Sorry, we're going to mute everybody out here just to be safe. There you go.
Okay, cool. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Coinbase card yet that Visa just rolled out, but the maximum that you can load up on the card is 500 euros. They charge you 4%, and it takes a couple of days. Our fees are like 0 to 2%, and it takes 10 minutes. So when you look at our #1 competitor out there in the marketplace, the biggest person, we're like 10 times faster and half the price. So I think when you talk to people in the crypto space, it really doesn't take a lot of selling. It's more just kind of explaining what we have, which is very unique because in network marketing, it's always my dad could beat up your dad. My CBD oil is better than your CBD oil. And for the first time in a long time, or maybe for the first time ever, you've now got a product that's head and shoulders above any other product in the marketplace. I mean, we're so far ahead of the curve because this product was designed by the top crypto people in the space. So it's not really a product that comes from the network marketing industry. It's a product that comes from the top people in the world in the crypto space. So that's the backstory to ONYX of how it all came about. It was really designed out of necessity by the top crypto people in this space that needed a banking solution for themselves. So now you've got kind of the backstory of how this all happened. Now let me show you exactly what it is that we offer. And the reason why I put it together like this is because I've been doing presentations now for like almost 3 months. And in the beginning, I just kind of felt like an idiot rambling off a bunch of benefits. And I just felt like, you know, a chicken with its head cut off just all over the show. And as you do the presentation, you know, 10 times a day, 20 times a day, you know, every day, every week, by the second month, you kind of figure out what you need and what you don't need. And you just figure out how to better organize the information to where people have a certain level of retention. And so hopefully this will help you guys with that by kind of putting the benefits into different sections. And very soon we're gonna have all that in multiple languages and a really cool, the PowerPoint, I believe tomorrow, I think a video, different aspects Wednesday, rolling out here pretty soon. So let me help you with, this is a great way to explain it to somebody at a coffee shop, just like on a piece of paper, okay? So you've got the ONYX Lifestyle Membership, and that's the product that we're selling. And there's 3 main benefits. I feel like the whiteboard's too far. No, you can see it. Okay.
There we
Maybe, should we turn the lights on? It looks so dark.
go. Yeah, that's better. And then I got the whole board in there.
It looks better with it here. I mean, because they're not looking at the screen. Oh, you see it up there too. Oh, I don't know. Turn it off then. I think it's better without. Okay.
I like it on.
You like it on?
But
We're undecided.
You know what?
We're like-
It's a silent vote.
Let her rip.
Okay. So I kind of call it like a 3-headed dragon. There's 3 main benefits. The first one is a private bank account. And the 2 main features is that it's crypto friendly and it has crypto capabilities. So just this in and of itself is pretty cool because there's a lot of people that are out there buying and selling Bitcoin and they've had their bank account shut down, you know, because typically banks and crypto aren't really friends. So the first feature to having your own private bank account is that it's crypto friendly. You don't have to worry about your bank account getting shut down. The second part is that it's got crypto capabilities. You can move Bitcoin to cash to Bitcoin, and crypto to crypto faster and cheaper than anybody else in the world. And so when you're talking to crypto people, just this in and of itself could be $1 billion network marketing company. Now, previously, to get this bank account, you had to come up with $1 million. And people that started this private bank account in the UK, and they funded their bank account initially with, you know, a minimum of $1 million, they kind of want to have like a really special ATM card, not like a normal ATM card. So it's not a credit card, and it's not a crypto card. So you got to be careful not to say that. And I could just imagine people in presentations showing the front and back of their card. Don't do that either, because on the back of the card, you've got all your numbers, right? Okay.
Hurry and screenshot it.
Right? Because that's what will happen. Somebody will do it really fast and someone's recording it and they're like, pause. So this is the black card, which is like a $10,000 card. And then there's a solid gold card, which is $50,000. And then we have a $1,500 card, an $800 card, and a $300 card. But the benefits that you get for the VIP lifestyle, the discounts on travel, and the ability to liquidate Bitcoin faster and cheaper than anybody else in the world far outweigh the cost of the card when you sit down and do the math. So the way I would do the presentation is here you've got the first part, private bank, okay? Second part is the debit card. Now the debit card is going to get you discounts on travel and VIP access. And just to give you an example of the discounts on travel, Travis just booked a $23,000 first class ticket to Dubai, and he booked one for him and his wife. So that would have been 46 grand, but he got each ticket for 9,000. So they paid a total of 18,000. So for people that travel and do cool stuff, you know, the card is going to easily pay for itself. Now, do we get discounts at lower levels of travel? Of course, but it's going to be lower levels of discounts. Now, also getting VIP access, I'll give you an example. There's a restaurant in Malibu that I like to go to called Nobu. And right next to that restaurant, there's another Nobu, but it's called Soho House Nobu. And to get into there, you have to have a private membership, and it's $5,000 a year.
Yeah, we do.
But that's not the hard part. The hard part is you have to be referred by 2 A-list celebrities. So the last time I was there, I sat next to Michael Douglas and Sean Penn. And I've always wanted to go back, but I could never go back unless I go with my friend Blake, who has the membership. So I called our concierge, and they said, yeah, no problem, we can get you a reservation. So this VIP aspect is super cool if you know where to go, okay? And then the last part is the liquidate blocks. And this is a way for you to grow your crypto portfolio by 10% a month. And so I'm going to give you guys a second to like screenshot, take a picture, write that down. But I'm going to erase all of this to show you guys how the blocks work. So if it was an audience, normally right now I'd say, if you're ready, say I'm ready. But it's not an audience. I mean, it is an audience.
We're ready.
Okay.
We're ready.
So do you guys, I just want to give you guys a second to like, now here's a great way to explain the blocks for now. And remember, this is kind of like an oversimplified explanation, and you guys will have a more detailed explanation very soon in a PowerPoint and in a video. But what we're ultimately doing, and hopefully you guys can remember this, okay? We're loaning Bitcoin to emerging markets that are paying a premium for their Bitcoin. And I'll give you guys an example before I go into this, okay? If you're in America, you just go to Coinbase and you pay $100 and you get $99 worth of Bitcoin. So maybe you pay like 1%, right? Like transactional fee. Well, I live in Colombia also and America. I go back and forth. If I'm in Colombia and I want to go to the mall and I want to purchase $100 of Bitcoin, that Bitcoin ATM machine is going to charge me 18%. So I put in $100 and I only get back $82 of Bitcoin. So there's certain markets where people can't use Coinbase. They can't get verified because they don't have a US bank account. And so they're paying a premium for their Bitcoin. So they're paying, as we say in the industry, 18 points over spot for their Bitcoin. So there's an opportunity for us to provide liquidity to markets that are paying a premium for their Bitcoin. And so on one hand, we're helping new markets, emerging markets, be able to participate in the cryptocurrency industry. And on the other hand, we're getting paid 10% interest. And the reason why I think it's so important that you guys explain this to people is because when you just go up to your friends and you say, hey, I'm going to show you how to make 10% a month on your money, it just sounds too good to be true. Anyone that's sophisticated or has any experience in investing is going to say, no way, that's impossible. Now, if you talk to people that are heavily involved with crypto or Forex, they'll say, only 10%, right? Because we experienced, you know, I put a little bit of money into Bitcoin and it went up 80 times. So 10% sounds boring to me. But when you talk to people that don't have a background in cryptocurrency or in Forex and you say 10% a month, it just sounds too good to be true until you explain it. And again, in the future, you guys won't have to explain it because we're going to have a video that's going to do this for you. But for today's purposes, I'm going to give you guys a really quick little whiteboard explanation that I think will shed some light on exactly how that 10% is generated, okay? And what I'm going to show you right now is probably one of 5 different ways, but I'm going to show you this one real quick, okay? So here's your Bitcoin ATM machine. Okay. In Colombia. So for those of you guys that don't know, BTC is the abbreviation for Bitcoin. Okay, now somebody in Colombia goes to this Bitcoin ATM machine, and they're going to pay 18% over spot, basically 18% over market value, okay? Now right here you have what's called the LP, and this is the liquidity provider. So let's say, for example, this was a candy bar machine. One person typically owns the vending machine, and a totally different business stocks the vending machine, and they kind of split profits. So if we really simplify this explanation from Bitcoin to Snickers, we got you, Dwayne. Okay? Somebody is supplying it. Now, ONYX is going to supply the LP. And then ultimately, here's the members purchasing blocks. Now, these blocks of liquidity are sold in lots or in blocks of $70 of BTC. Okay? So ONYX is going to take $20, kind of like, you could call it a broker fee, but ultimately this is going into the compensation plan. $50 carries on to the liquidity provider. So your actual contract is not with ONYX, it's with the liquidity provider. So you're loaning $50 of BTC to the liquidity provider, who then is going to take that BTC and put it into their ecosystem. Now, in their ecosystem, they've got an exchange, they've got a wallet, they've got Bitcoin ATM machines, they've got OXXOs, they're doing all kinds of things. Now, this is kind of their secret sauce. It's almost like going to KFC and saying, well, tell me exactly what's your recipe. They're not going to tell you exactly what their recipe is, and this liquidity provider is never going to tell anybody exactly what their recipe is either, okay? So this is their ecosystem. So $50 goes into the ecosystem. You're going to earn 10% a month. So just imagine, money goes here. This Bitcoin ATM machine makes 18%. The LP is going to make a percentage. ONYX is going to make a percentage. And then you're going to get 10% a month. Now, this loan term is for 1 year, which is really cool because, okay, I'm going to come back over here now. If any of you guys are familiar with mining, typically with mining, you put in like $10,000, $5,000 goes to the comp plan, $5,000 goes to machines. Your money's locked up for 3 years. You get back a little bit of coin every single day for 3 years, and at the end of the 3 years, you hope that that coin is worth more than the money you put in for machines. A couple problems with that. Number one, your money's locked up for 3 years. Number two, the money that you put in for machines, you never get back. And those machines typically only last for about 3 years, and then they're trash, okay? Number three, or four, whichever number we're on, is you can't pull out anytime you want. Whereas with us, this is only 1 year, okay? And you can terminate your agreement at any point in time simply by paying a 2% termination fee. So what I really like about this, when I heard this whole concept 3 months ago from Travis, I just thought about how much money we all made with mining in and out of the network marketing industry. And I just thought how much better this is because you're not locked up for 3 years. You can pull out whenever you want. And at the end of a year, you get back your principal. I've never heard of anything like that ever. I mean, it really is just the coolest thing. And once you really understand it, you're going to have ONYX insomnia like me. I mean, all of my friends in crypto and network marketing, in and out of both, are super interested in this. Wait a second, hold on. I'll find you. How do people keep unmuting themselves?
Sprung awake and flew out of bed to come out.
Hold on. Why can't I just hit mute all? There we go. Okay. Yeah, now we got it. So when you compare this to mining, this is so much better because you don't have the commitment and you get back your principal. And so for anyone that has a background in cryptocurrency mining or crypto with network marketing, you can see kind of the power of what we have here. So again, we have kind of all these different cool things. And so you're going to struggle in the beginning to explain this because you're going to be like, man, we've got discounts on travel and we've got VIP access and we've got the concierge and we've got the blocks and we got the private bank account. So the one thing I want you guys to rest assured about is that we're creating a series of videos and PowerPoints to where you guys don't have to be presenters. All you have to be is an information tour guide, because really our biggest challenge isn't going to be getting this to grow fast. That's going to happen. We've already got millions of dollars of orders coming in just in the first week or two. The biggest challenge is going to be to keep everybody compliant and make sure people aren't out there saying invest, return, ROI. And so it's super important that everybody understands you're loaning, okay, Bitcoin to emerging markets, you're earning interest, and at the end of the year, you get back your principal. So those are kind of like the more important keywords. And again, like when you get started, we're gonna have a whole video that says what you can say and what you can't say. But hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I mean, when I go to bed, this is the last thing on my mind. And when I wake up, it's the first thing on my mind. I fall asleep with my phone in my hand. I wake up with my phone in my hand. We've already got 54,000 people pre-registered, and we don't even open yet until June 8th. So that's kind of a 30,000 foot perspective, view on what we're doing. And again, just to recap, okay, what we're selling is the ONYX Lifestyle Membership, and it comes in 3 parts, right? You've got the private bank account, you've got the ATM card, and then you've got the liquidate blocks. So it'll take you a while. It's just like anything else, like riding a bike, but eventually you guys will get the hang of it, and you'll be really good at it. So Cliff Braun, I don't know if I should unmute everybody.
Maybe you gotta have them unmute if they have a question.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do a Q&A. Okay, yeah. So I could probably answer most of your guys' questions about the company or about crypto, and then Tuffy is our resident travel expert, and he can answer all of your questions about the travel side of it. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna leave everybody muted, but if you have a question, go ahead and unmute yourself, and we'll do the next few minutes of Q&A.
Or they can chat.
Yeah, or you could chat it.
Hey, Cliff, this is Stephen Hall. I have a question regarding the 2% liquidation fee.
Okay.
Is that, I mean, they're paying 10% a month, but is that liquidation fee? Does that compound, or is it just 2%? In other words, I'm getting 10% a month on my money being in there, and I decide I want to liquidate it. Is it only 10%, or is it 10%? Is it 2%? Excuse me, it's accumulating at 10%.
Yeah.
It's not at 10%, I guess is what I want to say. If I said I wanted to liquidate, there's a 2% fee, but is that based on the number of months that I've been in, 2% a month, or is just
no. That's a great question. Those are 2 totally separate things. So you're always going to earn, legally, the way we have to say it is up to 10%, but it's always been 10%. Okay. So you're earning 10% off the principal, and so let's just, for an example, to make it really easy, let's say that you loaned 1 Bitcoin. You're going to get 1/10 of a Bitcoin every month for 12 months. So you're going to earn in interest 1.2 Bitcoin, but at the end of a year, you get back your Bitcoin. So now you've got 2.2 Bitcoin. So obviously, if the price of Bitcoin goes up, then that would be really good for you, right? So that 10% is constant. The 2% has nothing to do with the amount of time that you've been in. The 2%, that only comes into play when you want to liquidate your Bitcoin to cash. So you're getting 1/10 of a Bitcoin every month, if you loaned a Bitcoin. And the only time you're going to pay that 2% is when you want to change that Bitcoin to cash.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Great question. So glad I had the answer. I'm joking. I'll probably have most of the answer between me and
Hey guys.
This.
Hey, this is Carl. Just
Carl.
just for clarity speaking.
Okay.
So as long as the whatever you're loaning has been lent, while that's being lent, it's given in Bitcoin. It remains in Bitcoin, and it's paid out in Bitcoin. Correct?
Yeah. Everything is Bitcoin.
Okay.
The reason why we're allowing people to purchase their blocks with a credit card is because there's been so many scams over the past year, and they're all the same. They only accept BTC because they don't want to have a merchant account. They don't want to deal with chargebacks, and they know they're going to shut their doors in 6 months to a year anyway. So Bitcoin's the easiest, cleanest way to run that kind of operation. So a big part of the reason why we're allowing people to purchase their blocks with credit cards is to show people that, hey, we're a real legit company. And it just makes it easier for people to buy blocks in your organization.
Chat first. Click on that, Dwayne.
Okay.
Your BTC. Click on chat.
Hold on, Dwayne, we're coming. Can you make that full screen? Crap, I thought we were full screen.
Down at the
Oh,
bottom.
okay.
If you withdraw your BTC in BTC, is there a 2% charge?
No, that 2% is only when you liquidate. And keep in mind that 2%, I don't pay 2%, I pay 0.5%. It depends on your level of card. If you have the gold card, you pay 0%. The black card, you pay 0.5%. The elite card, you pay 1%. The preferred card, you pay 1.5%. And the featured card, the $2.99, you pay 2%. So remember that that's only when you're liquidating Bitcoin to cash. You withdraw your BTC and BTC. No, if you withdraw, oh, I see. So like, I think I understand what you're saying. So you're getting paid in BTC to your ONYX wallet. If you take it and you shift it to like some other wallet, no, you're not going to pay 2%. That's only when you liquidate to cash.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Aloha.
When you make a deposit, it's a 12-month contract, but when every time there's a new deposit, does it start the 12 months all over, or it continues from the original deposit?
No, each block. So let's say you started at the very initial card, the $2.99. The maximum amount of blocks you can purchase is 100 blocks, but you can't afford to do $7 grand right up front. So let's say you do like 50 blocks, and then 2 weeks later, you have some more money. The clock starts from when you purchase the block. So you'd have 2 separate clocks running.
So it matures 2 weeks later from the first one.
Sorry?
In other words, the second block would mature 2 weeks later if you bought it 2 weeks later.
Yeah, each block or block of blocks is a separate contract.
Got it.
Yeah. So like technically you can buy 1 block the first day and you can buy 99 blocks the last day, because you can purchase a maximum of 100 blocks in a year. Or if you did it 3 separate times, you'd have 3 separate clocks. So.
And there will be some that do this monthly. Just a forced savings account.
Yeah. A question nobody's asked yet that I get a lot is, can you compound it? And the answer is no. You can do that internationally, but legally you can't do that in America. So you can compound it yourself by purchasing more blocks, but we can't automate that for you. So nobody's asked that question yet, but I know you're going to get that question eventually.
We'll cover that here.
Okay. Where do I go to see all of this? The ONYX website is being built offline. I mean, obviously we have a website up right now, but it's kind of a
Yeah, we'll actually have the Beyond Wealth powered by ONYX website up later this week, and it will have all this detail on it. For now, we'll give you a Telegram channel where you're able to find this information. There will be a complete overview, the PDF documents, and comp plan and everything.
Can you go over the compensation plan?
Yeah. Okay. So the compensation plan is a binary. It's a 50-50 binary. You'll get paid 10% of your weekly volume if you have 1 sponsored on the left and 1 sponsored on the right. Now, if you have 2 on the left and 2 on the right, then it goes up to 15% of weekly volume. And if you have 4 on the left and 4 on the right personally enrolled, then you can earn up to 23. Oh, good.
3 and 3.
Who put the pressure on Travis for that one? Nice. Because the Asian people don't like the 4.
3.
Oh, wonderful.
Breaking news. First to hear it.
That's right. So good news, breaking news. 3 on the left, 3 on the right, then you can earn up to 20% on your weekly volume, which is super phenomenal.
And for those of you that are already in Beyond, keep that under your hat, because that has not been announced generally to our Beyond field yet, but it will be soon. Exciting stuff. You're hearing it first.
Oh, that's super cool. Well, I mean, if you guys ever have like big teams in like Asia, 4 means death, 8 means money. So you tell Asian people get 4 on the left and 4 on the right, and they're like, no. So Yeah, so that's great. And it's just, easier for us. Wonderful. So yeah, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, personally enrolled by you. And then you can earn up to 20% on your week leg volume. So if anybody's new to network marketing, that's not going to make any sense to you, but get with somebody on this call that understands network marketing and they'll explain to you. Okay. Okay. I think we're caught up on questions. I want to introduce you guys to Tuffy because he's the president of ONYX and he could speak more to like the travel benefits and whatnot. And if you guys have more crypto questions, just type them in. But ladies and gentlemen, the president of ONYX, Tuffy.
Thanks, Cliff.
Hello, everyone. Okay, we're really happy to offer this benefit to you, which you'll all be very pleased with. Everyone loves to travel, at least I know most everyone that I've ever met. They have all the time and money in the world. What will they do? They travel, right? So let's get on it. So what we're going to do, part of the benefits with the VIP package and the cards is you'll have access not only to the concierge service where you call it, they can do the booking for you, but you will have your own private travel booking portal. So your own exclusive, just like your own Expedia, if you will, but you log in with your own login credentials, just like you would in your Beyond back office. There'll be a link there to your travel portal. And from there, you can book air, hotel, cars, cruises, a wide variety of hotels. There are over 1 million properties worldwide that we're offering through our exclusive booking portal. And you'll be very pleased to know you can save up to 65% on hotel bookings. The hotel bookings is a niche. That's where the biggest savings are out there, and it's all hotels that you can book that you would normally stay at. 5-star hotels down to 2-star hotels. You can even select through your portal if you want to pick a 1-star hotel in some rural countries and outlying places. That's all there is. So you can get a $27 hotel in a small place in Papua New Guinea. Obviously, you're not going to save $50 on a $27 hotel, but you'll save $3, which is, it's all proportionate. But you go into Vegas and you get, say, at a Mirage or a Wynn properties like that, it's very common to save $130 a night on a hotel. So you will, and we're actually, Jeremy, we'll get you some comparisons you can show on your sites, actual properties on exact dates, exact rooms, so you can see for your team, you can see exactly. We're comparing apples to apples, and that's the big thing is make sure you compare apples to apples for these when you're checking your bookings. Airfare, there's no discounts really in airfare other than through the concierge service when you try to book internationally. Most times when you see airfare, the savings is internationally. Domestic airfare is really at par, but you'll never pay more for it. We have the best available rates on it, just at par. Cars, there's a few savings. Cruises, you can save about 18% on a cruise booking. So, for example, here's a savings that Casey just showed me here. She pulled it up. And who did you compare this against, Casey?
I just did it on the site. It's the internet rate.
Internet rate, Shanghai, China, 5-star hotel, Expedia rate, 371. Our price, $254. Save $116.21 a night, and that's a common savings throughout the world. So, we're really excited that you get to see this booking, and you'd be pleased with it. So, if you have any questions on the travel site portal, please let me know.
What country are we booking off of?
It'll be ONYX Travel. It's a proprietary site. We've teamed up with an aggregation system that has 27 years of online booking experience. They're the actually wholesale aggregators for the big boys. There's really only 2 major players in the travel booking space: Expedia and Priceline, and then you have the private people, which we have the largest private aggregator that's proprietary to us for our system. So we build it exclusive for ONYX.
You might explain doing this.
I've been
a little background and also tell them the price. There are companies out there. This is all they do, and they're charging a whole lot more than $38 a month.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of companies, especially in network marketing companies, that will charge you $400, $500 up front to get in. They'll charge you $99 a month just to have access to our travel booking portal, and it's included in the low monthly fee. So we're really pleased to do that. We started developing this online booking travel platform exclusive for us 5 years ago. So this has been through, we started with a little over 400,000 properties. Now we've exceeded over 1 million. So excited to see many of you on some vacations out there in the near future. Not only an ONYX Collective, but a Beyond event. I think it'll be fun to see there. But you guys, when you start doing your just individual travels, you'll find that this is just a magnificent savings for each and every one of you. And you can share that with your members. That will be another I'm assuming you're going to offer, Jeremy, the similar program we are, that if a member shares, they're going to have some rewards off of a non-member sharing. So I think you'll get into more of that later on, but you'll see some rewards come back to you in cash savings and cash back into your wallet for referring members to the travel booking portal when they book. Not only do they save, you earn. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure and thank you for taking the time to be with us here today and listen to our offering for you. Excited to have you aboard.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, are there any questions at all, guys, on, I know we're just kind of passing it around the horn here at the ONYX headquarters here for Beyond Wealth, powered by ONYX. That's been our meeting today, and we're grateful for Cliff and for Tuffy and for everybody that's here local as well. We'd love to take any questions that you have. We will be doing some follow-up meetings as well. For those of you that have not seen, and I think it's pretty rare, you've not seen our overview presentation or the compensation plan slide decks. We will have those available. And I'll actually take the list of the people that are on this call. We'll make sure that we reach out to you through the person that invited you here and get you a copy of that. We also have a Telegram channel. If you are not familiar with Telegram, Telegram's a new social media platform that we really feel strongly is a great way to broadcast information out. We have a Beyond Wealth Telegram channel that has all these presentations, the comp plan, and the details on it. And you're welcome to join us there. We'll have a recording of this call on that channel here within the hour as well. So are there any other questions? We will be getting into, I'll give a quick overview of the compensation structure as we've got it outlined here. We can do a little screen share on that to wrap us up. But are there any questions before we get into the comp plan? And I'll just cover that quickly. You're welcome to unmute your mic. If not, let's go ahead and dive in there and we'll make quick work of this final detail here in the compensation overview. Let's see where we've got it here. Hang on one second. Was there a new chat question that came up? Is the binary flushing? No, there is no binary flushing. It's a carry forward program. Historically with Well Beyond, we actually carried forward indefinitely, and we are considering doing a rolling 12-month flushing. So a rolling 12 months will give you 12 months to be able to use your carry forward before it drops out, but it won't drop out until 13 months later or 12 months later on the volume done. So we're looking at installing that, but again, we're fine tuning a few of the nuances to the compensation plan, and we'll have all those published and details out here soon. And again, our goal in that is to mirror and match as closely as possible the ONYX Lifestyle compensation plan so that we have kind of one and the same and a lot of the same details out. Any other questions on that? That's a great question. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive in here for just a quick overview. And I'm not sure why I'm not seeing that. Let's see if I can get out to it here real quick. That's the overview slides. Where is our compensation here? There we go. Comp overview. Okay, let me open this up here quick. We'll do a quick screen share and just walk you through. This is really a basic overview, but I think it's important for you to fully understand the compensation plan and what we're doing. So as we look at this, this is the Beyond Wealth powered by ONYX compensation program. There are 4 main ways to earn inside this program. There's a referral fast start bonus, a 2x infinity bonus. So we are a binary structure with a unilevel check match. So we have a generational matching bonus on that as well. And of course the bonus pools that are part of the plan. So you'll notice if you go out and you do some research on the ONYX plan, they do have a 5th way to earn. It's called a straight line. That is a promotional program specific to them that was only running through their pre-launch window. So just know once that is over, these plans will be in parity and you'll be able to see those. But if you do see that on another presentation, you'll know what that is. The referral fast start, let me give you an indication of how this works. The most popular card we really feel is going to be the $14.99. We call it the Elite membership tier. So if you come in with the Elite membership tier, this is a 1,500 BV offering. You as the sponsor will earn 15% of the 1,500. So in that example, if you sponsor someone with the 1,500 card or the $14.99 pack, you would make $225 on your personals. And then there's a 50% matching bonus on all their personals. So if your person then goes out and sponsors someone and you help them, you'll earn a 50% check match of their 225. You'll earn $112.50. And then you can earn up to $22.50 paid up to 5 generations of what we call executive at a 10% bonus match. So there literally is an opportunity for you in a growing sponsoring organization to earn hundreds, if not thousands, of fast start checks on your entire organization. And you're going to earn those generationally down through your groups. Super innovative way to be able to make that happen. Our 2 by Infinity is a very cool plan where essentially you earn 10% on your accumulated balance volume. All unpaid volume carries forward to the next bonus period. We are currently a weekly plan where we pay this actually weekly. And the lowest minimum check is once you receive 150 balanced volume, you receive a $15 check, all the way up to the maximum of $300,000. So again, the 2 by Infinity volume includes all BV generated in your downline, including 50% of the BV on the membership packs, 10% of the BV on the product subscriptions and reorders for the products of Well Beyond. You'll earn the monthly membership of $38 in the ONYX program, as well as each liquidate block generating $20 in BV going to the tree. So this is the 2 by Infinity. And we again are hoping to enhance this with an announcement later on this week or next, where we actually will have the additional enrollment tiers of how you can earn up to 15 to 20% on your binary volume by coming in and sponsoring in this pre-launch period, which will be really exciting. The other is we have 2 trees inside of our compensation plan. For those of you familiar with binary and unilevel structures, the binary is this example here with the team commissions is what we call it. Think 2 teams, unlimited depth. This is a left team and a right team. You've got Tom and Amy on these 2 positions. You cannot have another frontline position in a binary tree. So you're going to be building unlimited depth through 2 teams. When you think about unilevel and matching bonuses, think unlimited width. You can have as many personally sponsored people as you want frontline to you. These would be considered in a family tree, these would be your children. And then those people would go and get their people, that'd be your grandchildren and so on and so forth. So it's kind of a family tree environment. We call that the enrollment tree and the binary tree. Those are the 2 possible trees that we pay bonuses on. So we just outlined in the 2 by Infinity this team commission tree. Now we're going to get into the matching bonus tree, and I'm going to show you how you can earn check matches because we pay 8% matching bonus on up to 7 generations of executives. This example shows you 5 of those generations and what they would look like. So if you were to sponsor these 5 people denoted here in yellow, and you can see that 2 of those people actually went out and started building their teams. These 2 people went out and started building out their organization in their enrollment tree. You will earn this 8% matching bonus on that first generation of all of these people denoted in yellow down to the next level of executive. So if this is now an executive that turns green, this is an executive over here, this is an executive over here. From that point now down is your second generation of 8% check match. You can earn on unlimited numbers of people between generations until someone reaches the executive generation again. So it changes again when you reach the orange level and then again when you reach the blue. And you can see 5 of these generations are denoted. We actually pay up to 7 generations and up to 8% matching bonus. So once again, you can earn on hundreds, if not thousands of people's matching bonuses based on their 2 by Infinity check. You will receive a matching percentage of their check of up to 8%. The other thing that we have is a global bonus pool. We put 5% of all bonus volume in the entire Well Beyond company into the bonus pools. It'll be placed into 10 different pools at a 0.5% each. Once you qualify for these pools, you'll be able to earn the commission on the entire volume of the company. And here's how they break down. Once you reach the executive level, you will start sharing in bonus pools. The top layer of pools, executive, senior, managing, director, and regional, when you hit any of those levels, which you can look at our compensation plan for the exact achievement requirements for each of those ranks, but it's a pretty low level requirement to get started. Executives, you can literally do by going out and enrolling a couple of 1,500 packs and you'd be in the money on this. But let's just say for a quick example, we place 0.5% into these 10 pools, and this is paid weekly. So if you were to look at this plan and you were to say, let's just use round numbers of $100,000, we did $100,000 that week in sales. That would mean $500 or a 0.5% of that 100,000 would go into all 10 of these pools. If you are an executive and there's 50 other executives that are in that executive pool at the paid as executive level, you each would receive a $10 check or your share of the $500 pool. Once you advance to senior executive, you leave behind the executive pool, you move to senior executive, and let's just say there's 20 people in that pool, but there's $500 to go around, you would earn your share of that $500 in that pool and leave behind the executive pool. As you move higher in the levels, there's obviously going to be fewer people in each of those pools. The same number of dollars are spread, so you're actually making more for every pool you advance to. And when you reach the lower tier here of the national, it's the actual higher ranks, but the lower level on this example, the national director, global director, when you reach the national director rank, you not only share in that pool, but as you advance now to global director, on this bottom tier, national director through global ambassador, you actually maintain your share in each of those 5 pools all the way to the top. So it's a cool way to be able to share on the total company sales so that we're all one team helping each other out and building that up. So that's just a quick overview of the compensation plan for Beyond Wealth powered by ONYX. We're excited to come out with some announcements a little bit later this week that'll enhance that even further. So if you have any questions at all on that, we'd be happy to stick around and answer any questions that you have. But thanks for joining in today. This is recorded. We'll be putting this up on our Telegram channel. Greg, Mark, Dave, anything you guys want to add?
If you want to stop the recording, then just give everybody an idea of what will happen this week, like when they can actually enroll.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and stop the recording here real quick. And that's a great point, Greg. Let's do that. So let's stop the share, and we'll also stop the recording. And anybody that wants to be off the record on a question, now you can do that with the stopped recording. How's that?